Alright, in today's video I'm unboxing the new HoverAir X1. This is the Pro Max version, and this has had a lot of hype because it is capable of filming at 8K. So HoverAir X1, we saw this drone now last year, but this is their new version, a completely different drone with the capability of filming in 6K and 8K. So I'm going to unbox this. This, I believe, is the skiing combo. Now there is a lot of accessories to get through, so it is more of a lengthier unbox. I'm going to give you a first look and some of my opinions as well at first. So first of all, this bag that comes with it. This is where you're going to be able to store that drone and some of the key accessories, and you'll see from this video there is a ton of accessories. To have this many at launch is pretty incredible. So I don't believe on the first version you could get ND filters. Now you can ND filter support, and you'll see the actual drone. This feels just like a proper drone now. It's not got like toy feel to it at all. So ND filters, you also got a handlebar mount. I'll come on to that, but that's going to be for the beacon, and also a magnetic adapter clip as well. This is going to be for the beacon as well. If you're not sure what I mean by beacon, I will get into it, don't worry, but it's like one of the main features of this whole drone. So in that side, those are those accessories. There's nothing on the other side, but the bag is decent quality. It's nice and lightweight. It has a strap, so you can actually put this around you. So it's good for storing all the accessories. Okay, so in here, this is going to have the beacon and the controller. So depending on which version you get, you might not get this. Because this is the skiing combo, it comes with quite a lot of accessories, including this as well, a joystick and a beacon. So I would say you can actually use this in a variety of different ways, either just as like a selfie drone. You don't need a controller, you can just operate the drone directly from the app, or you could actually have more fine control by using this remote controller now, what we didn't have on the X1. So they're calling this a tri-design. So you're going to be able to use this in 3 different ways. Now, firstly, the beacon. This is going to enable you to get even better tracking. So it has now this OLED screen, so you can see what the actual drone is seeing, which is great. We couldn't see that before. But also you get in the ability that when the drone is tracking you, which is its main kind of like use case, I would say, is now you're going to get even more precision. So that's a lot better. But something you couldn't do before was actually operate the Hover X1 with a controller. Now we have a remote control, or a joystick as they call it. So this is like a Nintendo Switch controller, and all 3 of them magnetically attached together. But because it is this tri-design, you can use it in 3 different ways. So you can have it like this now, so you can have it all attached, and then the bottom part actually moves downwards, and then you can actually connect your phone to it as well using the Hover X1 app to have like fine control using an actual joystick. Also inside the box it comes with some charger cables, and also different cables that you're going to be able to connect either to a USB-C or to a lightning port on your phone as well. So Hover X1 say by using this, you're going to get a 1 kilometer range using the beacon in any of the 3 modes. There is some instructions here, so I would say actually on this occasion, have a read of these instructions to make sure you fully understand how to use this. Now the tracking function on the previous drone I thought was fantastic, but now it's got this beacon. The actual drone is going to be able to locate the beacon, which is going to give you even better high precision tracking. So I'm really excited to actually test that out. And the joysticks themselves, they just push in, they don't actually screw in, so you might have to be careful that you don't actually lose these. That's probably why they give you a second set as well, but it is pretty good. It's like a game controller here to actually operate it on. Just put your phone under the bottom here. They don't have to use this, you can just use one of the joysticks and the beacon, so you're getting a screen and one controller, like one-handed use, or you can use no joysticks and literally just use that beacon as well, and the drone will automatically track you. I'll get onto this in my full review, don't worry. So you're also getting this power brick as well. So this is going to be good for when you're actually using your drone in cold conditions, because this will charge the drone whilst the drone's inside of it. It also gets this strap, more instructions to read, but it can also operate and actually charge your drone down to -20. This is why this comes with the skiing combo. So in really cold conditions, this is going to be handy. Okay, the creme de la creme, let's get into the actual drone itself. So presentation, a lot better than we had before, a much bigger box as well. And that's because the drone also is a lot bigger than what you were used to on the original Hover X1. Just the overall quality of the packaging, the build quality, everything, they seem to have put a lot more effort in now. Everything seems to be a bit more, shall we say, DJI-like than it was previously. So inside of this box, we've got even more instructions to read, quite a thick padded booklet here of a quick start guide. And then you've also got inside of this, it's like some pouch. There's nothing else inside of here, but this is just to be able to store the drone when you're traveling around. It comes with this pouch here and another USB-C cable for charging. So let's have a look now at the actual main case. This is where the drone is. So another instruction booklet. So there's so much reading material they've given you. I'm not going to read that now. I actually want to look at this drone. So first impressions, it does feel better. So the quality is definitely increased. You can see the Hover X1 in gold accents. That's to actually specify this is a Pro Max version. So this is 8K, 1/1.3 inch sensor, 14 stops of dynamic range, 8K 30, 4K 120. Those are big, bold numbers. It also has obstacle avoidance. So you've got obstacle avoidance on the back and also the obstacle avoidance on the downwards as well. But this camera, this is the main kind of like focus, isn't it? 8K 30. So I'm going to be testing this to see just how good this camera is. But this is better than we have on pretty much every other drone. So the 8K 30, it better live up to those hype numbers and hype specifications, because on paper, this drone sounds fantastic. It can also record in 10-bit video in HDR. It has a 2x digital zoom, vertical and horizontal filming, and it has a 48 megapixel camera. Now they're saying you get in 16 minutes of flight time per battery. You get 2 batteries in this kit. So battery life has increased. I would say in real world that's going to be heavily dependent on the wind conditions. But overall that is better than what we had previously. Now when charging this, I just noticed that it's got USB-C on the side here, but also it's got an SD card slot as well. Now this actually comes with 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which is really impressive from an actual drone in case you forget your memory card. But you can also put in a memory card as well yourself, up to 1 terabyte. So plenty of storage options. Also has this charging brick as well here. So this is where you're going to have your extra battery. You can put 2 batteries inside of here, and this also can be charged via USB-C. So this is one of the first things I'm going to be doing, because I'm really eager to actually get flying this and just seeing just how good it actually is. Also comes with a power brick as well. This is a US power brick, it looks like, and this is going to be a 65 watt power brick. Now before you fly this drone, it just needs to be activated on the Hover X1 app. I've got about 30% of battery here, so I'm just going to turn it on just to see just the actual startup sound the same. This actually is bigger. You can see it's in my palm. It is definitely palm size, over palm size I would say, and it weighs 192 grams, so still less than 250 grams. I would say this is a good thing because it weighs more. It's going to be able to withstand more wind conditions. So ND filters, again, we have more instructions here, but it's good to see that the ND filters are actually included. You do need to actually go into the app and actually switch it to say that you are using ND filters, but you get this set here of ND8 up to an ND64. This is great to see. This means we're going to be able to adjust our shutter speed and actually reduce some of that light coming in. So the overall video quality, 8K quality, and then being able to actually use ND filters, this is a great step forward. And to put these ND filters on, they don't go over the top of the original one. You just take it actually off and then actually clip on your new ND filter. I'll show you that in a second. So you'll see here there's also a new dial as well. So rather than just pressing this button every time, you can actually got a left and right dial on the side of it now. So as you press this, this will then activate a different either quick shot or tracking mode. Now I would say that the tracking on here was my favorite feature on the original drone, so hopefully this is going to be the same again, and it should obviously be a lot better now. So onto the ND filter. So again, you just actually clip them on. Now it's a little bit fiddly because it is quite close to the actual frame, but once it's in place, that will stay in place there. So you can see now at ND, you've got an ND8 on just as a test here to put it on. I would normally, with any drone, ND32 is normally just like lives on the drone itself. Looking at the size comparison now to the original HoverAir X1, you can see the HoverAir Pro Max, it is much bigger. It's, as I mentioned, it is 192 grams now, so it's heavier as well. This is definitely a good thing, and it's great that it can still fold inwards. So a bigger drone at nearly 200 grams with 8K, but you can still fold it and be able to put it in a pocket. That's pretty good. And quality wise, it definitely feels a lot better built than this Hover X Air one as well. But if we look at it against the DJI Neo, now this actually is a really small tiny drone. I have a lot of fun flying this, and it's also built really well. But actually looking at the two of them, you can see the HoverAir X1 Pro Max, it's a much bigger drone, isn't it? and that quality of that camera should be a massive difference. I'm really looking forward to actually testing these two drones against each other. Now obviously on price it's a massive difference in price, but it's going to be an interesting video. So the actual bike mount, I showed you this at the start of the video, so you can actually just attach this onto your handlebars. It's really good. It's got a thumb screw as well, and this is where you're going to be able to attach that beacon we talked about before. So this is going to be a great drone for cyclists or people running, anyone who wants to actually have it as a selfie drone tracking them. But if you weren't too impressed with the video quality from before, now that video quality should be a lot better. And if we take the beacon out of its pouch again, this is where you're going to be able to actually attach this to this magnetic base as well. So it just snaps in place here, and then it's got a actual clip, so you can clip it to your clothes. You could just wear it, put it on your shorts, and then have that drone tracking you, but with a lot more precision now. I think this beacon is a great idea, and I think all manufacturers should go along a line of a similar product as well to make this tracking even better and even more precise. And on the beacon, I've got this display, what the drone is seeing now. Now, I can't actually use all the features because I've not activated the drone yet, but you can see I can actually start and stop recording, and I can also take photos as well on this screen and then see what is actually being displayed. But this is going to be for more like when it's tracking you. I also have some controls on it, so I don't actually need to use my phone. I could just take the drone and this beacon. I've been able to actually control that drone and also get it to track me and see exactly where it's tracking me as well. This is really interesting and cool. Like, you can just take a small setup like this with you. And then if you have a bike, this is going to be absolutely awesome because you can just actually mount this onto your bike and then just look down and see what that drone is doing, see where it's tracking you. So for cyclists, again, this is going to be a great setup. Overall, actually pretty impressed with the build quality of this now. I'm happy it actually weighs more, but I'm also really skeptical about just how good this camera is. I really do have high hopes for this and hope it lives up to it. 8K, I've seen a lot of bold statements before from other manufacturers. I really do hope this is impressive. So make sure you subscribe because I'm going to be testing out this a lot. And this here, you can also store your drone inside of it. So if you're going in really cold condition, just put your drone inside of here and it will charge it as well down to -20. So this is a cool case as well. I am pretty impressed with all the different accessories that we get, and they all seem to be decent quality. So for me now, I'm going to charge these batteries. I can't wait to get these fully charged, get it activated, and then I'll have a full review on this drone and also some comparisons. So make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Loads of videos coming really soon, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.